welcome everybody. It is the football season back live 2019 here at Lou Barnes Field with Lake Havasu High School. We're Havasu Online TV. We're about 6 minutes out. We're going to face off against our rivals. We've seen this team a couple times, the Cobras, but we've seen them on a volleyball court, Brian. Sure. So now I don't think we're going to see any spiked balls here, but we should see some spiked balls, but in a different form.
Especially when the Knights get into the end zone.
Exactly. In the end zone, spikes. They're not going to be attempted to be returned with a bump spike or anything, or else, that's probably be a personal foul. There's some digs, yeah. So, definitely. You see the band and the Spirit Squad out there getting ready. We are just 5 minutes away from the Knights rushing out. I want to say hi to Pennywise, Travis Grisham, Vicky Evers. Thank you all for joining us. Remember, like, share. And you hear Mr. Hecker, the voice of Lake Havasu, saying that it's time. They're coming out. We're missing our blow-up, though.
Yeah, I noticed that. It wasn't there tonight.
77 degrees on a Lake Havasu night, and they hide the blow-up. I guess we don't need shade anymore. So.
Yeah. We're also kind of missing the Cobras.
Hey, after, that last volleyball game we had, I could understand why the Cobras might be a little apprehensive, with our ladies doing what they did.
Very true.
We might be looking at that pretty soon. Now, any official words on what we're looking for, what we're looking at? We know the Knights struggled the past two games, homecoming, and then, of course, against the number 6 team in the state. And now we're against Cactus Cobras.
The Knights are hoping to come into this game and change their luck around. So far this season at home, they're 0-3. So they need to come into this game, defend their home turf, walk away with the W. Yeah,
that's right. Last year, remember when we unveiled the field, the Knights were fired up, and they almost went undefeated at home. It's almost been a flip of the coin, but I do know for a fact that we have a lot of the missing arsenal that we were missing in that passing, routes back on the squad today. I know Azar's out there, as well as a few others.
Looks like we might be getting ready for the national anthem soon. As you can see, the Cactus Cobras are walking onto the field.
Good size home crowd welcoming the Knights in.
Assistant Coach Thompson is Tanner Kelly, Cody Smith, Patrick Barney, Gino LaCorey, and Jeff Bailey.
I can't mention that the Knights are 3-0 when they score more points than their opponents.
That is true. That is true. Simple math there, and we can go with that. We can go with that victory. So we're getting ready for the national anthem. We'll be right back as we're here, Havasu Online TV.
Thank you.
And there we are officially. Anthems played. We're up and running. Huge shout out to Susan Brown watching us from Williams. Bobby Sismanic, class of 1990, watching us from Marysville, Michigan. There we are, going coast to coast again.
East to west, Havasu Online TV is the best.
And we will challenge anyone to come down here and test that theory if they want to argue that.
Exactly.
Because we'll stream the test. Cobra's now taking the field. Long storied history between these two schools. As we're looking at the captains getting ready for the coin toss. We're about, what, 50-50 on coin tosses also?
I think so. You know, we lose some, we win some.
Ron Burnett chiming in. Let's do it, boys. Kristen Gallagher saying, go Knights. Found a nice night emoji as well. Team captains for 1, 3, 12, and 10 out for Havasu.
That's Jaden Azar, Jace Taylor, Cole Fuller, and Cody Peloton.
You know, and that's one of the things you have to say you felt the presence missing of both our core wide receivers. You know, not quite able to establish a run game as there wasn't the fear of that passing game coming out so well.
Yeah, that last home game here was a tough loss for the Knights. They did stick around for quite a while in like the first half, but that second half, they just didn't have the fuel to keep going.
And before we get to the official ratings of the coin toss, shout out to our sponsors, Anderson Auto Group, Mills Brothers Furniture and Sleep Center, Papa John's Pizza, Mojave Community College, Mojave Center for Dermatology and Plastic Surgery, Mercury Air Conditioning and Heating. Mercury Air Conditioning and Heating's been with us since day one almost. I think we did the practice broadcast and Ron Brown got it told us.
First victory there for the Knights.
First victory right there, that coin toss. That is a huge mental win at times for some teams. And they've elected to receive, so that of course gives the Cobras the halftime advantage.
Yes, the halftime advantage, being able to, in some points you kind of think that winning or deferring and receiving the ball at that second half is better than receiving the first kickoff, just because you know where you are.
Exactly. Mike Comfort chiming in, says go Knights. You hear the voice of the kingdom, Mr. Hecker. Or you see the bounce of the camera. That's one thing that they love to do here. I don't care if it's a new booth or not. They're going to rock and roll us.
That's something you want to see from this crowd, is that energy, feed the Knights.
And that was one of the things that was missing in the last one. It was dead quiet the last couple games. Hopefully we can snap that around. There's the kick. And they're going to let that go into the end zone.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's game is streamed live on Havasu Online TV. You can log on to Facebook and like Havasu Online TV to catch tonight's action as well as other night sports.
It's always great when production turns around like, what, we're
Also,
live?
make sure to stop by the
Streaming?
football.
Well, that's the thing. Not only live, I want to thank everyone watching us right now. Again, we're watching the chat that's on Facebook currently, but you can catch us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Periscope, and well as on our own website right now, HavasuOnlineTV.com. But like I said, we're watching the chat on Facebook, as that is seems to be the viewer's choice to chime in on. But let us know where you're at. Let us know where you're at. We're trying to have our media watching as much as they can.
Fuller in that shotgun formation, passing it to Azar. Azar unable to bring it in, though.
People still coming in. Handoff, breaks away, comes through the corner. And that's something we haven't seen the past couple games, is a successful run game established right off the bat.
Peloton with the carry. I mean, he was able to see that hole and just shot right up there.
Saw the hole and then also saw the right turn. Great shot by Leighton on our cameras. Found the opening, and that's what Havasu needs to do right off the bat. Establish that run game. That'll open it up for the big guns like Azar to catch it in the distance. And then we can go back to complimenting the #1 winningest coach in all of Lake Havasu High School's history, Coach Carl Thompson. Yes, his mom did pay me $5 to pay that this time. Stopped at the line of scrimmage that time, and we've got a player down on his back.
Peloton with the carry there for the Knights, as we're able to see that player get back up on his own, which is a good sign.
Yeah, it looked like maybe just a wrench of a muscle or something.
Be 4th down for the Knights.
4th and 1.
Yeah.
Oh, 4th and 4 officially this measurement.
It's almost like the scoreboard operator. This is like his first game.
But he knows where it is with his eyes. And boy, we just saw that look. There's the punt. Nice kick past the half-yard line. Fielded, bobbled. Knights are struggling for it. Everyone's going for it. Looks like it's going to be a Cobra takeover. Cobras recover, but the Knights had the chance there.
Cobras were lucky to recover that ball, and they actually lost yards where the initial punt returner was going to receive the ball.
Exactly, just bobbled out of his fingertips. You saw in the shot, and all of a sudden, ball's rolling behind him.
Knights just were not able to wrestle it away from a Cobra.
Want to thank all of you for joining us right now. Over 40 viewers online. Hey, let everyone know whether you're a Cactus fan or a Havasu fan. We're here, we're live. They can tune in and watch us.
Connor Courts is the quarterback for the Cobras, who had a penalty already against the Knights.
That's what you hate to see, already that laundry coming into effect. Huge hole up the middle, keeps going. And that's one of the things you've seen the Knights struggle with, is someone who has the running ability. We saw that the past 3 games. They have trouble stopping that run defense.
Anthony Flores was the one with the carry there for the Cobras.
It's the first down Cactus.
Easily covered about 15, 20 yards on that carry.
Flores gets
going for it again. Went off the right tackle, only a gain of about 3 that time. But that's also one thing about this Knights defense. You keep going that same play, they will start to close those holes. We saw that against the Mojave High game. In the shotgun, in trouble.
Wide open.
Right in double coverage, threads the needle, and you've got a touchdown. It looks like that was number 11 for the Cobras.
So Connor Courts passes it to Justin Gomez for the touchdown. Something you did not want to see if you're cheering on the Knights.
Yeah, early on, only 2 minutes into the game, not even that, a minute 52, and all of a sudden the Cobras thread it down the field. 2 run plays, a couple passes, and you've got it. Lining up now for the 2-point conversion.
Kicking the extra point.
Going for a kick. Little late on the hold, but does get the extra point in.
The score, Cactus 7, Lake Havasu 0.
So the Cobras come up 7-0. As we change sides, we'll be right back. We're Havasu Online TV, live from Lee Barn Fields. We'll catch you soon.
Introducing Papa Track from Papa John's. Now you'll never lose track of your order. From dough to delivery. And share one of our Pizza Cajun gifts to get 25% off. New Papa Track from Papa John's.
And we're back. Want to give a huge shout out to Papa John's Pizza, also our sponsor here. But they also turned around and sponsored the AOK Club's welcome party for all the new students and new teachers. Supplied pizzas down for that, so appreciate Fred and the crew all down at Papa John's for that. So if you're looking to get something to eat later, definitely call Papa John's. My suggestion, barbecue meats. It is definitely something you want to try.
Onside kick there.
Onside kick.
By the Cobras. Looks like the Knights did recover it, though.
Didn't go far enough to actually get the action on it. Knights fall on it at the 50. Kathy Myers jumping in saying, go Knights. Hashtag Azar. Eric Flores cheering on. Gonzo Flores. Bobby Berg from South Dakota shouting, go Knights. Mrs. Hammer started watching. Definitely a strong Havasu Basin chat tonight. That's for sure.
Knights take over on the 50-yard line. Hoping to do a little better than they did in the first drive, which resulted in a punt.
Yeah, 3 and out, not what the Knights wanted to have. Now in good field position. Already half it recovered on that kick. Looked like that was going to be a little jump early. Tries to get the pass. Goes back to the ball. As you see, practiced so many times. Number 3 with the reception.
Jace Taylor. A weapon that we mentioned before that they were missing in that last home game. Exactly. See him getting out here, getting into the flow of the game.
Exactly. Now with Taylor, with Azar, with the running game, the Knights can spread it around. You're going to see it start to open up. As you see the offensive setup that they do, Knights usually with the 3 or 4 wide outs. Going with the 4 wide outs right now. Spreading that defense thin. Man in motion.
Fuller trying again for Taylor there.
Goes into double coverage though, tried to thread the needle.
Will Galvin there for the Cobras. You know, having Azar, having Taylor back, it's got to give some more confidence for Fuller, knowing that he's got those 2 seniors out there.
And that will give the running game a little more freedom as it spreads that defense thin.
Peloton with the carry there.
Brought down about the 37.
Looks like he was brought down by number 57, Travis Combs.
Miss Hammer jamming in, go Knights, throwing up the Purple Heart. We always love seeing our purple gold hearts in chat. But Cobra fans, you are allowed to throw up a blue one. It's okay. We're equal opportunity cheers.
Fuller back in that shotgun formation with Peloton to his left.
Only 3 wide receivers, 1 all by himself. Going for it, going backwards though. Tries to pull it out.
Taylor with the reception there. Looks like he was brought down by number 33.
Looks like now we're looking at about a 4 and 7, I'd say.
Makes it 4 and 7 for Havasu.
What everyone doesn't see online is when we sit there and start bobbing our heads as we're counting the hash marks.
True. Sometimes you got bust out the fingers and toes.
Exactly. Hopefully not though. Not when we're trying to get first downs. But it looks like this time the Knights going to go for it on 4th and 10 is the official rating. Finds a man downfield. Gets it. And you hear the Knights erupt. Listen to that crowd. That is what was missing last game. That interaction, that's what gets these players fired up.
Fuller to Azar. Once again, Fuller using the weapons that he was missing in the last game and able to see that productivity, that production from those two, moving that ball downfield.
And then what great play by Azar there. You saw the focus on that. He got
fumble on the play.
Just as we go to compliment one for holding on to the ball, and Knight almost loses the ball.
It was Azar. We were talking about him too much.
Yeah, that's all right. Not talking about Azar until he gets the touchdown. Sorry, chat.
Second goal for the Knights.
Even if he gets the first down, we're not going to say his name.
Nope.
Just say that one guy.
#1. Natasha joining in saying, go Knights. Flex emoji, football, and purple and gold hearts. as our chat should look like. Second and 11.
Knight's back. Fuller steps back. Going for that corner.
Ah! Just overthrew Azar just a bit. Great angle on our camera there to see it.
Ryan Griswold was the defender there for the Cobras, number 2.
And you also saw the Russian coming in. Had to get rid of the ball. Couldn't continue to hang on to it. Great attempted play there. Knights find themselves now at 3rd and 13.
Fuller trying for the other corner for Taylor, it looks like. Got a penalty on the play.
Penalty on the play. That's going to be pass interference. That's going to move that. Should be half the distance to the goal line.
Knights catching a break there.
Huge break there.
Some free yards.
So moving it up, half the distance to the goal line. That's going to make it 1st and 10, which actually 1st and goal is what we're looking at. 1st and goal from about the 6.
The end zone, something the Knights have not seen much this season so far here at Lee Barnes Stadium.
Josh just jumped on chat with us, goes, go have a crew, Josh. Let's hope we can tie it up here. Get in for 6.
Quick little pass there.
In between everyone's hands.
There's a flag on the play.
Flag on the play again.
Intended for Taylor.
I don't think we're going to see pass interference.
Roughing the passer on the defense there.
Roughing the passer, half distance goal line. Now it sounds good. That's only 3 yards though, but sounds good.
I'd like to see a couple more penalties here on the Cobras and just see if we can get so like
how close we can get.
Yeah. It's like 1st and 2 inches. Center moves the ball, he's already in the end zone.
That would be nice.
Here goes the Knights getting ready to snap the ball. Fuller in the shotgun formation.
Cuts it in.
Peloton with the carry, it looked like.
Stopped right at the line of scrimmage on that one. Brenda chiming in. Go Knights, watching from Traverse City, Michigan.
Looked like number 57, Travis Combs, on the tackle there for the Cobras.
2nd and goal for Lake Havasu.
Maybe it's just the Knights need to have it 3rd down. 3rd down seems to be their go-to down. I think they like hearing the voice of the kingdom shout, let's make some noise.
Right.
I think if he did that every 2nd down, we'd probably get it as well.
Maybe he just did it all the time. Another pass there intended for Taylor.
Incomplete. Now we're looking at 3rd and 4.
Number 21, Will Galvin on the defense there for the Cobras.
Now here though, with this team, with these Knights, I think this is 2-down territory.
It'd probably be the best thing for them. I mean, we know that they don't have a kicker this season as Fuller goes for a screen pass to Azar.
Lost a few yards there.
Pass is complete to Jane Azar. Makes it 4th down.
Josh chiming in. They just need to win. He's going to take it any way he can get it.
That's true.
At the end of the game, they don't ask you how. They ask you how many. So the Knights, 4th and 6. And what, due to penalties, was looking like it was going to be a walk-in.
Now they're not going to be able to walk. Hopefully they can get in there with a run or a pass.
You've got 5 wide receivers out there, spreading that thin. He's looking for someone in the end zone. Looking for Azar, didn't make it.
Pass is incomplete. Ball turnover on downs.
Turnover on downs. You saw Azar go actually give a high five there, and 33 pulled the hand away and said no.
Yeah. And like we've seen many times this season so far with the Knights, is like the emotions get to those kids.
Mm-hmm.
So to see that starting to be like, hey, let's start the sportsmanship off now, shows some maturity on their part.
Yeah, it really does. And that's one of the things that you're going to see also is the fact that, oh, goes to the air. Incomplete pass. Cobra's trying to strike and strike hard, going for number 11 again.
Justin Gomez.
Now, Gomez, when he gets his feet underneath him, is quite a receiver to catch. But they keep doing that play, they're going to start showing the Knights defense that they just need to drop someone back in the secondary and take him out of the equation. There's a run. Able to bring it out to about the 16-yard line. Gain of about 10, it should be.
Anthony Flores with the carry there for the Cobras.
Anthony Flores on the carry. First down, Cactus.
You can hear the band starting to get fired up. Haven't heard the band playing in the game in a while.
Yeah.
Nice to hear. Get this crowd riled up as we're only at 5 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. Quarterback in trouble, scrambles out, finds a man downfield. Incomplete.
Pass is incomplete.
And the Knights put on a little pressure we haven't seen before.
It looked like Court's passer was intent for number 10, Antonio Pratt. If it wasn't Antonio, I'm going to give it to him anyways because that's what I do.
Exactly. Handoff. There's a gain of 5, 10, past the first down. Azar trying to drag him down. Azar dragged about 3 yards, almost like a jet ski.
Did not let go.
Didn't let go, and he was dragged, had the feet down. But that shows the running power of this Cobra offense.
Cobra's trying to get that quick offense going.
Handoff again. Wrestles him down after another gain of 15.
Flores and Azar. That's going to be a battle we're going to have to watch tonight.
You know, and realistically, this Cobra offense right now is barely letting the chain gang get set up, and once they're set, they're snapping the ball, and they're off and running. They've got the Knights reeling on their heels. Shotgun goes deep. Incomplete pass.
Pass intended for Billy Root is incomplete.
So the pass from Courts to Billy Root, incomplete. Knights kind of catching a break on that one. Being able to catch their breath.
And that's one of the things that Knights need to catch their breath on this one. As those past 3 plays, as high snap, loses it. And it looks like the Knights come up with it. Huge fumble recovery. And that's the shot in the arm they needed.
Great defensive stand there by the Knights, being able to stop that drive.
Huge opportunity there stopping that drive. Needed to do that. The Knights were reeling on the back of their heels as the Cobras, as we said, were snapping the ball as fast as they could, keeping the Knights on their heels, having struggled to make the adjustments. But sure enough, they saw the opening, saw that ball hit the ground, and the Knights swooped down on it.
Defense giving their offense a chance as Fuller drops back on the play action. Pass to Taylor.
Finds Taylor wide open. Literally sitting in the center of a snake pit. None of them around him. That's just playing catch.
Yeah, that was it's thrown a little bit behind him, but that's all right. He was able to make the catch, get the first down, as he was brought down by number 33, Nick. I'm going to mess up his last name. Quinos,
Quinos, we will butcher it.
Yep. We got a penalty on the play.
Penalty on play called dead. That's going to be on the Knights.
Cobras are lucky. The Knights were just going to go deep and score a touchdown. Oh, offsides on the defense.
Offsides on the defense. I stand corrected. Happily corrected. Knights continue to march it back.
Penalty, still first down.
So the Knights find themselves on the 32-yard line in their territory, wanting to break into the red zone and wanting to get some points on the board. 4:24 on the clock.
Fuller puts Peloton in motion.
There's a throw, little high. Not going to be able to make that one.
Pass intended for Chase Steelers incomplete. Makes a 2nd and 5 for Lake Havasu.
No, you're not seeing things strange on the clock at 12 minutes. We have a new intern up here, and he's being trained on the clock. We won't throw him under the fence too much, but his initials are Sean.
That's some specific initials.
Specific initials on that one.
Fuller in some trouble, but able to
Finds the hole, keeps the legs turning. I think even he was surprised he actually got out of that mix.
Now, see, in the NFL, that would have been a penalty flag, and it would have been targeting.
Yes, it would have.
And hit on a defenseless player. Forward high school, these are real men. They're going to go in there and they're going to get hit.
Exactly, you're totally right on that. That would have been targeting as he slid feet first. That wouldn't have been allowed in the NFL, as you have to treat them with kid gloves.
Right.
That's a almost $1 million contract on the sliding on there. But
Exactly.
slid, got hit, popped back up, and got the first down. Carolyn Okowski, thank you for joining us. Longtime alumni and fan.
There's a flag on the play.
Another pill.
Flag on a play.
Delay a game on the Knights.
That hurts after they just got the first down, or almost the first down. No, yes, they got the first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 15.
I'll still be first down.
First and 15.
Second. I'm bad. I'm not bad.
You dare question me.
Fuller pass intended for number 4, Brace Spencer.
Pass is incomplete.
I have to say something that I've noticed so far here in the first quarter for the Knights is that they're not taking these long, deep outside passing routes. They're running inside. They're doing some slants, going in the middle.
Really mixing it up. Miss Barney, thank you for joining us. In trouble. Pulls it under again.
Fuller spun around after getting about a yard over the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, ran for about 7. You all of a sudden saw he just felt that person behind him. He heard the feet.
On the carry. Makes it 3rd and 10 for Lake Havasu.
3rd and 10, where the Knights have shown their strength.
I gave him an extra yard. I guess I was wrong. I see how it is, officials.
Looking back, feels the pressure again. Oh, this time taken down. Couldn't get away. That looked like that was number 22 on the hit.
Makes it 4th and long for Lake Havasu.
I'm going to go with the heckler on here and give it to number 18, Donovan West, on that sack.
Yeah, we will mention we're watching the big screen. We'll just go with him.
Yeah.
We'll give it to him.
I mean, you got to give him some credit. I mean, he's on the field. He's doing good. So applying that pressure. It's now 4th down for the Knights.
So want to thank all of you in this first quarter joining us. 52 plus live audience. And it looks like the Knights are calling the timeout. So with 2:08 to go, we've got a timeout. We'll be back. We're Havasu Online TV. Thanks for joining us.
On the train test range, you learn what makes our heating and cooling systems so reliable. If there's a breaking point, we'll find it. It's hard to stop a train. Really hard. Train, the most reliable for a reason.
So we're back. 2 minutes, 6 seconds. Coach Thompson takes the timeout there. As the Knights find themselves again just on the cusp of red zone territory, but not able to break the plane. As we're looking at 4th and 14.
Fuller back in that shotgun formation.
All or nothing on the play. Pressure again. Rolls out. Finds someone downfield. Too high.
Pass is incomplete.
That was intended for number 4.
Brace Spencer there for the Knights. Yeah, this defensive line for the Cobras, bringing that outside pressure, trying to wrap them up in the middle, keep them in that bubble. Just not working. As Fuller's been able to escape their grasp a couple of times.
Yeah, Fuller's had to have feet and arms going all the time. And now it's turnover on down again for the Cobras. 5, 10. Makes it to 15, 20, but 22 yards before he's dragged down. That was number 5 on the carry for the Cobras.
Connor Courts calls his own number. Looks like he was brought down by number 52, Joshua Nelson.
Number 52, Josh Nelson.
Once again, we see the Cobras sitting there trying to get set up early.
And hand off, get that hole, and pull out another 7 yards on the carry.
Flores with the carry, brought down by number 55, Trayvon Wilson.
He's brought down by number 55, Trayvon Wilson.
And again, even before our camera can get in, they're in snapping formation. Looks like that was a little jump off sides. We're going to see. Oh, maybe equipment malfunction.
Raise the roof, the official says.
We don't have a roof.
Oh, that's true.
That's up the road in Bullhead. At the Anderson Auto Group's indoor arena. Going deep. Just out of the hands of a Knight. And you heard the fans, they were ready to cheer. It's one of those.
I was ready for it. Good defense there.
Esteban chiming in. Let's go Cobras, baby. All right, Cobras are represented in chat. Great to have you with us. Definitely let them know. Let them cheer. 3rd down. The stands are rocking and rolling.
Hand it off.
Hand off, and he's going to try. Looks like he jumped forward with it. I'm going to say he got it on that one.
As Flores again with the carry, brought down by 72, Dane Burnett.
Tina chiming in, go Knights, throws up the purple and gold hearts. 1 minute 14 on the clock again. Super fast snap of the ball. Flag on the play.
Flores with the carry. We'll see what happens here, if they're going to keep the yards or give them back.
I think it's going to be coming back. I think they went too fast for themselves. You're probably looking at an illegal block or a holding call on that one.
Push in the back.
Push in the back.
A block in the back on the Cobras. Going to be walking it off.
That's going to bring it back. And right there, not only that penalty, taking back those yards, but also giving them the breather they needed to slow this Cobra offense down. I mean, they're firing on all cylinders.
Play action pass there by the Cobras.
Pulls 3-4 yards out of it.
Courts pass is complete to number 22, Jacob Flaherty.
This is complete to number 22, Jacob Flaherty. Tackles made by number 4, Brace Spencer.
Tackle goes to Spencer.
It's a 2nd and 8 for the Cobras.
2nd down here for Cactus as they get ready in the shotgun formation. Courts keeps it himself.
And runs his pattern on out.
Connor Courts on the carry.
Looked like Peloton was the one that was able to lead that Cobra out of bounds. Got 22 seconds on the clock on the scoreboard down there as it's third down.
Goes to the shotgun. Looks. We're going to have to wait for the call on that one. Havasu players wiping it off. Haven't seen an official call yet, though. Yeah, it looks like that's going to be incomplete pass as well.
Incomplete pass intended for number 42, Jacob Winter.
It's fourth down. Now make some noise.
Fourth down. Knights need to do a stop here. This play has more meaning than just the yards we're looking at. There's the handoff. Knights not able to stop them as they get the first down.
Flores again with that carry.
Flores on the carry.
I don't know if I'm the Cobras. I just keep giving it to Flores.
Cactus.
10 seconds on the clock. Goes for the snap. Goes for the carry. Cuts back in.
Touchdown.
And touchdown right at the end of the quarter. Nope. We hear it's coming back.
There's a flag on the play.
Knights caught a break on that one.
Knights caught a break. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to commercial as they get this sorted out, and we'll come back with the second quarter action live here from Lee Barn Field. This is Havasu Online TV. Thank you for joining us.
On the train test range, you learn what makes our heating and cooling systems so reliable. If there's a breaking point, we'll find it.
Okay, as we were informed, you cannot end the quarter on a penalty, so this is going to be a no-timed play as it was brought back. So we're technically still in the first quarter.
Colin, are you being annoying? No.
And a timeout as well? Ah,
This is where the officials are trying to get their pizza order into Papa John's before the second half.
yeah, we did find out the officials do watch our game afterwards, or at least they're going to watch this one, so we might as well just get in trouble like we normally do. So,
Might as well.
yeah, I think right now they're talking barbecue meats. No, man, I want to try that veggie one. You know, how about, what about the chicken and Parmesan? They got chicken Parmesan? I like the chicken Alfredo. Okay, well, maybe we'll do the chicken Alfredo next time. Hey, what about the barbecue meats I keep hearing them talk about up in the booth?
Look, let's just go classic and go with the cheese.
Yeah, but they got the 6 cheese too. The Tuscan. Have you tried the Tuscan 6 cheese?
For the upcoming second quarter.
And you know, when the hecker starts talking, he just means he's tired of hearing us talk about pizza. Again, huge shout out to Fred and all the crew at the local Papa John's for not only being sponsors, but they'll just on a phone call, they'll help out any school, any organization. So be watching. They've got a few fundraisers they're going to be teaming up with. Eric Flores chiming in, let's go Cobras. I have a feeling that's not the Eric Flores on the field.
Could be related to Anthony Flores.
Could be Anthony Flores, yeah, that could be relation there. Thanks for joining us, Eric. We appreciate you being here.
As we hear the announcer, remind everybody to put your trash in the trash can. Your mom and dad would appreciate it.
Right.
So keep your room clean.
So it looks like after that discussion, they've changed the rules up. We're going to find out more, so we're going to cut back to that commercial. We're Havasu Online TV. Thanks for joining us. It's Knights football from the Kingdom. We'll be back.
No, you may not.
On the train test range, you learn what makes our heating and cooling systems so reliable. If there's a breaking point, we'll find it. It's hard to stop a train. Really hard. Train, the most reliable for a reason.
All right, so welcome to the version of Whose Line Is It Anyways, Friday Night Lights, where the points don't matter and the refs can make up any call they want. We still are trying to figure out if we're officially first quarter, second quarter, no time play. Oh, we've now been officially told we're going to the second quarter. So we've taken just about every rule out the books. So officials, we appreciate you. We appreciate the job you're doing. We understand you're under a lot of pressure. But our audience, they're going to give you 5 or 6 points on this one. The ball goes there, and we've decided I'm calling Papa John's. I'll go get the Tuscan pizza. All right. Tuscan with anchovies.
We need 4 pizzas
4 pizzas. Yeah, that's the official symbol for 4 pizzas.
from an official.
From an official.
Or he just wants a fist bump.
Nicole Robinson cheering in. Go Knights. Cameron, Sterling, Cody, Pendleton. Casillas, Jay. I think she's tagging everybody who's playing the game right now. Thank you so much. Tagged our whole front line. Also one of our top fans. We appreciate you joining us every game. We always see you in chat, and we definitely do appreciate that.
This is where we need a PA system that has the Jeopardy tune.
Well, the band's kicked in.
Yeah. Which is good.
Still discussing things.
Oh. First and 20 here for the Cobras.
First and 20, and welcome us to Lake Havasu Knights football in 2026. We're live. Finds the end zone, but there's a flag. He's coming back. That's going to be holding or a block to the back.
That was number 33. Nick, the name I'm going to butcher. Guinos. Jonas.
Miss Robinson chiming in. Those are her students. Do you do like I do, where you bribe them a little bit that if they win, homework's cut in half?
There's just something about this end zone. Nobody can get into it.
The end zone is a barrier. It's now, as the sides have changed, the Cobras are having trouble getting to it as well. They get near it, and there's a flag. Pull it on back.
Courts. Gets a snap, hands it off to Flores, bounces off to the outside.
Straight arm, finds some room, and Azar has learned how to tackle Flores, which is just hit him as hard as you can straight on. I think we're going to see those two colliding off and on throughout the rest of the night.
Yeah, so far Azar has been the stopper of Flores.
You know, and huge shout out to some of these students. Some of these students go both directions, back and forth. Not able to stop them that time, as the Cobras now find purchase and get in the end zone. Now with 11:08 on the clock, the Cobras move up 13-0, and the band got quiet.
Once again, the air, the energy is going away.
Going for a 2-point conversion. Goes straight in. Again, the Cobras with extreme speed. We're even looking at that on the replay. I just, hike it and snap it on in.
I turned my head thinking, oh, they're going to set up something, and it was already over.
All right, so it's 15-0 with 11:08 to go in the second quarter. Hopefully the Knights will find the secret bullet they need to get on the board, as we'll be back. We're Havasu Online TV. We'll be back from the arena.
Introducing Papa Track from Papa John's. Now you'll never lose track of your order. From dough to delivery. And share one of our Pizza Occasion gifts to get 25% off. New Papa Track from Papa John's.
All right. Jeannie Flattery, thank you for joining us. She's cheering on the Cobras. This is the kind of game you like to see then, as the Cobras, only with 11:08 left in the second quarter, have moved up 15-0 against the Knights. Bobble on the ball.
Fumble recovered by Lake Havasu.
Peloton with the recovery there.
Pelton had his hands on the ball and it just squeaked out. He had room to run. He was already looking at the hole, and then all of a sudden he had to recover the ball. So they're going to start on the 16.
I think they might want to check the ball, make sure they didn't put any oil or anything on there to make it slippery.
What are you saying, that this would be Oilgate? Like Deflategate?
Could be. Let's start.
Thanks to AIA rules, we know that they're not going to do that. As the Knights struggling to get out. No, an interception. Went for the shuttle pass, in trouble. Comes around the corner. Not able to make the stop. That was number 37.
37.
Interception and touchdown by number 37, Ata Tutupe.
Ata
Tutupe. Number 37. And talk about presence on the field. As the Knights were getting in trouble, got out of it, looked and saw a possible screenplay to get a couple extra yards, and just snapped that ball out of the air right to the corner. Now looking for the 2-point conversion. Broken up, but again, another interesting 2-point conversion as we're all stunned looking at it. So, as the Knights now trail a minute later than we were, 30 seconds later, 21-0 against the Cobras. We're going to cut to commercial, and we'll be right back from the Kingdom. We're Havasu Online TV.
Introducing Papa Track from Papa John's. Now you'll never lose track of your order. From dough to delivery. And share one of our Pizza Cajun gifts to get 25% off. New Papa Track from Papa John's.
All right, so Brian, thoughts?
The pressure got to Fuller there. Probably would have been better for him just to tuck it and go. But he was trying to make a play. Can't really fault him too much for that, as the kick goes out of bounds there.
That's going to be up to the 35 now, and that's a break that the Knights could use. But you're exactly right. He saw the opening. He saw the chance. But number 35 for the Cobras read the play perfectly and pulls another 7 out of it.
I mean, like you were saying before, I mean, that was good heads-up football there by the defense.
Randy, they have 15 because they scored an extra point. They did the 2-point conversion after that, and that was at the 15, but then they missed the last extra point, so now they're at 21.
So Fuller lining up with no one back there with them.
So Knights going strong with 5 wide receivers, looking to move the ball. Azar scoops it up. So the Knights looking that if they can't run the ball, they can't go the long pass, they're now looking to separate the field and dissect it, which isn't a bad policy. 5-6 yards on a pass keeps it moving, keeps the clock alive.
5-6 yards, 2 plays, you get a first down, you're just moving the ball down the field. Azar goes in motion, Fuller steps back. Screen pass,
but the Cobra's right there, and I mean, do I go for the pun there that the Cobras just struck the minute that ball hit him? Brought him right down.
There's Peloton there with the attempted carry, and it looked like he was brought down by number 22, Jacob Flaherty.
Now we want to thank you all for joining us. We know you could do anything on a Friday night. We want to thank you for spending it with us here at Havasu Online TV. Again, our sponsors, Mills Brothers Furniture Sleep Center, Papa John's Pizza, Mojave Community College, Mojave Center for Dermatology and Plastic Surgery, Mercury Air Conditioning and Heating, and the Anderson Auto Group. Interception again. Nothing but room to run. And the Cobras.
Interception by number 24.
Number 24.
Nate Guiones, or Doodles, as it says here on the roster.
Or Doodles. Oh, okay. Okay.
Doodles is a lot easier to say than his last name, so
But he might just prefer Doodles over Nate.
yeah.
So, anyways,
Either way, it was a great play by him. I mean,
great play, interception, nothing but green in front of him before the end zone. And the Cobras have now scored, as we see here, the extra point or the kick. No, they're going for the 2-point conversion. And they're going to catch the edge of the end zone and does it. Skirts it. That was good.
2-point conversion is good.
So we're looking at 29. The Cobras have had 22 unanswered points, and we're only 3 minutes into the second quarter.
Check out our athletic website. You can find it.
the Knights need to slow it down here. Fuller's getting razzled in the backfield, getting that pressure, not making his reads.
You'll be able to find schedules, rosters, contact information.
All right, so we're going to take a quick commercial break as they get ready for the kickoff. We'll be right back. We're Havasu Online TV from the Kingdom.
It's LHHS.LHS.
On the train test range, you learn what makes our heating and cooling systems so reliable. If there's a breaking point, we'll find.
All right, so they're lining up for the kickoff. Cobra now up 29-0. If you're a Cactus Cobra fan, this is the perfect game for you to be watching.
Pelleton trying to make some space, find the corner,
Ran all the way up to the 20, ran out of bounds.
and there is a penalty there.
They're going to call that hit out of bounds. They're going to call that unsportsmanlike conduct. Late hit. Now, the thing is, when you've got a game like this where it's firing off like this, you hate to see that happen. We know the emotions run high. But with that much of a lead, a simple tap, a little hand to push you out of bounds gets just as much done as firing off.
And the thing is, like, these penalties have been against the Cobras. So once again, you know, going back to the maturity of the Knights from the games that we've watched previously.
Because
Because it'd be really easy for the Knights to give into the emotions and react.
Exactly, really trailing 29-0. Knights keeping their head in the game.
And off the
Delayed
Pelleton.
handout and just tackled and almost dragged him, number 18, pulling him back. Again, Cobras are very, it's fired up is almost an understatement to say, as they need to be careful. You know, there might be some laundry start appearing on the field if they take it a little too far. Four wide receivers. 8:38. Kicks the outside, but nowhere to run as the Cobras just closed in that hole.
The reception.
And Azar doing everything he can to find a hole, find an opening, and there was just white jerseys everywhere he looked.
It's a 3rd and long for Lake Havasu.
Looking about 3rd and 13. The Knights offense trying to find the secret combination. Timeout Havasu. So this is Havasu Online TV live from Lee Barn Fields in Lake Havasu City, a beautiful 77 degrees. We'll be back for more second quarter action live. We're Havasu Online TV.
On the train test range, you learn what makes our heating and cooling systems so reliable. If there's a breaking point, we'll find it. It's hard to stop a train. Really hard. Train The most reliable for a reason.
All right, we're back. Second quarter action. 8:31 on the clock. Knights trailing 29-0. As the Cobras scored 22 points in a matter of game time was less than 3 minutes.
Another
Whistle
penalty.
blown again.
There's a flag on the play.
False start on Havasu. Not the direction you want to be going.
First down on the offense. 5-yard penalty, third down.
This is where the Knights need to get some play. If they can go into halftime with at least one score, it should be a little bit of a morale booster for the Knights.
Exactly, one score. And we've seen in the other sporting events what that one score will do, how that'll rile up the audience, that'll rile up the fans. If you watch our last few competitions for volleyball, you see how instrumental that is. Goes for the pass, goes long. Waiting to see a signal.
Incomplete pass there.
Incomplete pass, no flag.
Intended for Jace Taylor.
Jace Taylor's picking up parts of his uniform.
It's 4th and long for Lake Havasu.
4th and forever.
This one, Knights are going to have to play deep. And you know the Cobras are going to send in that looks like a 4-man rush, as well as playing deep as well. Sticking man-to-man coverage, puts it up, goes high. Oh, punt. So Cactus is going to take over on the 48. We thought they were actually going for it. Naka, thanks for joining us, cheering on the Cobras. So 8:15 to go, second quarter. Knights down 29-0. Cobra takes over 28 on the 48-yard line. I almost feel we should have gotten the Hasbro commercial, of Cobra Commanders shouting Cobra.
Right? That would have been
As
awesome.
all over the place, the Cobras have dominated the field.
If I'm the Cobras, I just hand it off to Flores.
I know they're looking deep, putting pressure though, had to loop around. It's a foot race. Going to pull out about 11 yards on that run, depends on where exactly he went out.
Connor Courts, a quarterback keeper, carrying the ball.
That's one of the things with this Cobra offense, and we've got to give him props. The running game, including the scramble by the quarterback, is outstanding. There's the handoff you're talking about. There's 10 yards, 15, 20. He's broke past the secondary. It's nothing but daylight. Touchdown, Cobra.
Touchdown, Cactus.
Anthony Flores.
And that's exactly what you called a second ago, handing it off to Flores. We're now looking at 35, even before the extra point.
And once again, a hush is going to fall over the crowd.
The crowd's active, but they're not active into the game. We can hear them in the background. Looks like they're going for the kick. We saw the fake on the last one. We've seen 3 different plays from the Cobra, and there's a kick. And it's good. So as Cactus Cobras move up 36-0, 7:52 on the clock in the second quarter. We'll be back. We're Havasu Online TV, live from the Kingdom at Lee Barnes Field. Thank you for joining us.
Introducing Papa Track from Papa John's. Now you'll never lose track of your order. From dough to delivery. And share one of our Pizza Cajun gifts to get 25% off. New Papa Track from Papa John's.
So as Cactus comes out, we've only seen 16 minutes of football, and it's 36 points.
Yeah, this Cobra offense and defense, they came to play. They knew they were coming into hostile territory and it was just taken over.
Deep kick. Looks like that's going to be fielded at about the 10 again. Trying to find some running room. Makes it to about the 24-yard line. No laundry on the field. So the Knights are going to start over here in the second quarter with 7:42 to go. In
Peloton,
decent territory.
Peloton with the return. I mean, he's
Esteban chimed in also when that happened. Just give the ball to Flores, number 6. You cannot deny his running ability, that's for sure. That young man's got a great career ahead of him. Knights trying to run up the middle and just run into a wall of Cobras.
Peloton there with the carry again. I'm going to give the tackle to number 4, Riley Davies.
He was the one that first wrapped him up. After that, everyone else jumped on board. Knights trying to find an opening, whether the running game or the passing game. Already trailing, and it just overthrew, tried to hit Azar on the pattern. Ball just outdistanced him a little bit.
It kind of looked like the ball, Fuller didn't get his full strength behind that throw. It was in front of him, but looked like he needed to be a little bit deeper still.
Now, and also throwing into double coverage, as obviously the Cobras have seen who the weapons are for the Knights and are definitely covering them, making it harder for Fuller to find that opening. 7:10 on the clock. 4 wide receivers, 1 back. Under pressure. Go back to Azar. But then Azar surrounded by 6 Cobras. The Knights have to feel like there's at least 22 guys out on the field, not just the normal 11.
Yeah. Azar brought down there by number 3, Jesse Gandara for the Cobras. And once again, Fuller with that pressure, he's got to do something, and he tries his best. The offensive line is just not giving him enough time.
Not close to giving him enough room. Every play they're under pressure. Right when that ball snaps, that offensive line for Havasu having trouble giving him time. Great punt, beautiful, end over end, returned at the, picked out of the sky at the 46. Churning his legs, he's going to make it almost to the 45-yard line.
Number 11, Justin Gomez with the return for the Cobras.
Sorry, the 35-yard line. Justin Gomez picks it up at the 48, brings it back to the 35. So 6:14, you're the Cobras, you're on the 35-yard line. You've been dominating like this. Where do you go, Brian, from here?
You're getting the ball at the half. Just hand the ball off. Just keep the clock running.
Goes deep, trying to get the pass. In and out of the hands. Broken up by number 8. That was number 1 on the reception.
That was TJ Rucker, the intended receiver. And Brenton Zamansky on the defense, on the coverage there.
It's a 2nd and 10 for the Cactus Cobras.
Ms. Robertson, we appreciate you keeping track of everyone entering the stream with us. We appreciate that. We appreciate all of our viewers. We know you could be doing a lot on a Friday night.
Number 32, Gabriel Reyes, met by Joshua Nelson.
And we have not called his number in a while. And that's huge for the defense, as he was our hunter.
Yeah. Reyes got to know him right there.
Exactly, wrapped him up and then pulled him back. The first strong defensive play, gets in trouble, goes for the end around, outrunning the Knights. Drive him out of bounds just at the 29-yard line.
Courts was running away from Nelson saying, I don't want your hug.
No. But huge, that just shows, like we talked about earlier, on the scramble, the speed of Cobra's quarterback. Absolutely outstanding.
So got 4th down here for the Cobras.
4th and 4, and the Cobras have shown over and over again 4 yards is nothing for this offense. Screen pass, hits it. Did the play action. Knights bit into it.
We got some extracurricular activities going on the field.
All right, laundry up in the yard line, and you got players being pulled off by their players in both directions. This is what we talked about, where those tempers are going to start to fly. Both teams need to remember what they're out here for. It is about the game. You and I both understand what it's like on that field. We understand how those emotions get, but at the same time, you've got to keep them in check. Now, the thing is, we've got multiple flags. Are we looking at offsetting? Are we looking on one side?
If you're the Knights, you're hoping that it's offsetting, or if it's just on the Cobras.
They're pointing in the direction of the Knights as well.
And if you're the Cobras, it's the same thing. You're hoping it's offsetting or it's on the Knights.
Yep. Talking it over with the white hat. Everyone picking up their laundry now. Clean up on aisle 29. Clean up on aisle 29.
Official going over to talk with the coach.
Going and talk, that's usually what you're hearing is, what's your choice going to be? But you've got officials talking on both sides. .520, we're waiting to see exactly where this ends up. Normally we cut to commercial, but we want to keep track. That was almost every flag you could throw. I think there's only one I didn't see out of a pocket.
Looks like it's going to be against the Knights there.
They're pointing in that direction, waiting to see an official signal. No official signal given. Even our scorekeeper sitting there up there, both of them going, what was the result? The result was we just moved the ball. 4 flags. We wish we could tell you what exactly happened. Cobra's in the shotgun. Airs it out to the corner.
He did hit the marker there, which is a good shot.
Great shot there. Took out the marker. Yes, just so you know, as people are seeing the band there, if both bands have performances and are ready, we will stick with the band. We believe in sporting our band and our color guards, both for the Cobras and the Knights. So our halftime show, if they have it, we will bring it to you.
Of course, with the play action pass.
Gets a screenplay, dump off, and now
TJ Rucker, number 1 for the Cobras with the reception.
The Cobras move up 42 to nothing with 5:05 to go. We know in JV games you occasionally see the running clock when 40 points are scored. Question is, are we going to see this happen here? Now, watch what you get here. You never know with the Cobras what exactly they're going to do for the extra point, the 2-point conversion. Not until not until they've played, do you know what you're going to get. Looks like it's going to be the kick. It's up and it's good, 43-0. So with 5:05 to go, the kingdom's gone quiet as the Cobras move up, 43-0. We're Havasu Online TV. We'll be back from Lee Barnes Field. Thanks for joining us.
Introducing Papa Track from Papa John's. Now you'll never lose track of your order. From dough to delivery. And share one of our Pizza Cajun gifts to get 25% off. New Papa Track from Papa John's.
On the train test range, you learn what makes our heating and cooling systems so reliable. If there's a breaking point, we'll find it. It's hard to stop a train. Really hard. Train, the most reliable for a reason.
All right, thanks for joining us. We're back. Feel like I should be saying fourth quarter, but we're only saying second quarter. 5:05 to go. We haven't even been in halftime yet. The Cobras lead 43-0. There's the kickoff. Takes a bounce. That looks like that's going to roll out of bounds, and it does. Gives us the opportunity to inform you that the Knights band will be performing at the NAU competition tomorrow. So we'll see if we can get at least a cell phone feed out of there and possibly share their competition with you. We know we've got a couple of chaperones that are going up there that are Havasu Online TV loyals, and we do appreciate them. So we'll be trying to get that feed to you, but you'll be able to check out the performance they're turning in. Also here at halftime, and it looks like that
So now we're on the running clock.
now they're on the running clock. We just got that information. So it will be a running clock from here on out. The Knights need to close this gap. And they do. There's a good running play. Trying to find room. Outrunning him. Going all the way. He's got nothing but green field. There's no laundry on the field. And that's how you do it.
Cody Pelleton able to find that hole and just keep going.
That's what the Knights needed to do. Number 10 for the Knights finds a hole. Firing off on all cylinders. The crowd woke up. We needed to check a pulse there, and he sure checked it. You heard someone in the stands say, "We're still here." And that's right. Finally something for the Knights to cheer about. But like we said, running clock. So the Knights have now not only the lead they have to combat, but now they're fighting a clock that won't stop.
Yeah.
The drama unfolds. Going for the two-point conversion.
Two-point conversion is no good.
Doesn't happen.
Cactus 43.
Jesse Casillas was the intended receiver there.
43-6. So as we get ready for the kickoff, the Knights get on the board. Huge victory there before halftime. 43-6. We're not done here. Lee Barnes Field. More second quarter action to come after this. We're Havasu Online TV.
On the train test range, you learn what makes our heating and cooling systems so reliable. If there's a breaking point, we'll find it. It's hard to stop a train. Really hard. Train, the most reliable for a reason.
All right. So again, welcome to the Whose Line It Is Anyway, where we change the rules as fast as we make them. Now that it's under 42, it is a stopped clock again. So now the Knights don't have to combat the clock.
Get rid of one enemy, but still have 11 more on the field.
Have we entered the twilight zone in this football game? I got to tell you, we've seen almost everything you could see in a football game, and we're just in the second half, or second quarter.
Line drive kick there by the Knights.
Almost looked like he's going to lose the ball there. Stays on his feet. And again, the Cobras take over on the 48 of the Knights. Oh, there comes the laundry. We look like we've probably had some jaw jacking and some intense finger pointing. As we take out, they're going to need new pads as much as they've had to write down lately. Staples, future sponsor of the Zebra Crew.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
On the Knights. That's going to be a huge blow, as that's going to march 15 more yards on that return. And that's going to turn the Cobras taking over right at the 35-yard line.
Not what you want to see after scoring a touchdown for the Knights.
And especially when you're the Cobras, especially if you're the Knights looking down the Cobras, because if the Cobras concede the paint, they can get a touchdown.
Yeah. Court's lined up in that shotgun formation.
There's a handoff. 10, 15, 20 yards on the carry, out to the 20. 15
Flores.
yards on the carry.
Flores and Azar meet again.
Anthony Flores on the carry. Tackled late by the
That's going to turn
Lions,
into the unstoppable force meeting the immovable object.
Court's again with the carry there.
That's going to be just at the 1.
Knight's able to stop him there.
First and goal for Cactus on the 1-yard line.
Courts keeps it and goes in for the touchdown. And just like that, the Knights get the clock to
Touchdown Cactus.
stop every once in a while. Now it's going back to a running clock.
Now it's back to a running clock. You know, but what we're looking at now, 49-6. Do you realize how many points we've seen scored in this quarter?
Has been
Astronomical.
blocked kick.
Block kick, dead ball, but as I said, we've seen everything here tonight. Blocked kick on the extra point. So we're going to cut to commercial real quick. We thank you for joining us. 2:29 still to go in the second quarter. We're live from Lee Barnes Field, where Havasu Online TV bring you Knights football action. We'll be back.
On the train test range, you learn what makes our heating and cooling systems so reliable. If there's a breaking point, we'll find it. It's hard to stop a train. Really.
All right, we're back. They just made the announcement again. Of course, you can stay and watch the Knights band performance, as this is their last performance before the NAU competition. Scoops it up, bobbled at the 10-yard line, and brought right down. Ball whistled down. It looked like it was going to be a fumble again.
2:15 with the running clock. 49-6.
Knights on the 11, 49-6. How many times do you see a football game before halftime end up with a combined score of 55 points? We'll have to check into that, Amy. We're not sure what's going on with the audio. We'll let our guys look at that.
Fuller steps back. Short pass there. Intended for Taylor.
Incomplete.
If you could send us a message, let us know exactly what you're hearing. On our end, we're hearing things clear, but let us know if you hear something or what's going on your end. Thank you, though, for bringing our attention to it. We'll get our text right on it.
Valentin with the carry.
Down at the 15-yard line.
It's a 3rd and 6 for the Knights.
Third down for the Knights.
Victoria, if you're hearing it clearly, and Amy, you're hearing it a little sketchy, try closing the window and then open it back up. Sometimes that'll make a difference. Sometimes it's on Facebook's end. Handoff. Brought down this time.
I think the Knights are just trying to get through this half.
With a running clock, that's not going to be a problem. 25 seconds left on the clock. But we know with Coach Thompson, with those last few seconds, he could go for that last big shot. Great view of our amazing Knights, as well as the Cobras. They're going straight into halftime. They're going to call it there. So as we said, we're going to come back with just a few commercial breaks, and then we're going to come back with the Band of Knights and their halftime performance. This is Havasu Online TV live from the Kingdom, where the Cobras are dominating 49-6 against the Knights. We're Havasu Online TV.
On the train test range, you learn what makes our heating and cooling systems so reliable. If there's a breaking point, we'll find it. It's hard to stop a train. Really hard. Train, the most reliable for a reason.
Introducing Papa Track from Papa John's. Now you'll never lose track of your order. From dough to delivery. And share one of our Pizza Cajun gifts to get 25% off. New Papa Track from Papa John's.
The band is under the direction of Kimberly Schreiber. Staff includes Craig Schreiber, Erica Sutherland, and color guard staff Nicole Elliott and Katie Newton.
So thank you back for joining us here at halftime. We're going to kick it out to the band as they perform their halftime show. So we hope you enjoy.
Michael. Chloe. Michael. Sister. Michael. Quit ignoring me. You need to stay right next to you. Don't be walking up there.
Perfect timing. By design,
Drum majors, Francisco Hernandez and Tony Lawson, is your band ready? Band of Knights, you may begin your performance.
sitting at the same stage think I'm gonna move all those? Not gonna happen. This baby there. When you guys in there? No, it's very nice. But, okay. I can concentrate on downstairs and some of that. When we're back on Tuesday, if you guys in there on Monday, I don't know, maybe I'll see what I can do. I don't know what he's supposed to do.
He's not the guy in charge.
No, so he is the course guy.
But still do your job. Still you do your job.
I can, but he's saying he wants it down underneath the couch. Or I put down.
Project manager.
Well, come Tuesday morning, we're on the couch. I'm like, you've known for how long that somebody's gonna put cabinets upstairs in this house. Disappointing. I just had this stuff. They're not the rest.
I called your mom the other day.
It happened.
Yeah.
But it's not a good job.
If I'm taller than you, I'm just taller than me.
We've never.
Tiny bit.
Oh, really? Did they have it? No, he does?
But we flavored it. It wasn't as straight.
So when people were drinking
Well done. The band would like to thank Lake Havasu High School and their parents and the band boosters for their support. Let's wish the band good luck for their performance tomorrow at the AAU Band Day. Good luck, Knights. Also, be sure to visit the booster table to get your 50-50 raffle tickets. The winner will be announced at the end of the third quarter. Thank you for your support.
So are they
All right, so still about 9 minutes to go in halftime. And you heard the Band of Knights as they were introduced out there that they will be at the NAU band competition. Multiple schools from Arizona all descend upon NAU to check it out. So if you have a chance, you're in the Flagstaff area, go check them out. Go listen. We do apologize to those in chat that were saying that they wish they could hear the band a little bit better. And we apologize for that. We do use the mics up here. But thanks to our sponsors this year, we'll be investing in field mics next year. And we'll be able to turn that over to the field mics, and they'll be able to get that nice, clear, crisp sound, as well as pick up some pretty hard-hitting hits. So we're going to kick it back to the audio track. We still have about 8.5 minutes before we're back with the third quarter. It is going to be a running clock as the Knights are trailing the Cobras 6-49. So thanks for joining us. We'll be back here in just a few minutes.
Introducing Papa Track from Papa John's. Now you'll never lose track of your order. From dough to delivery. And share one of our Pizza Cajun gifts to get 25% off. New Papa Track from Papa John's.
On the train test range, you learn what makes our heating and cooling systems so reliable. If there's a breaking point, we'll find it. It's hard to stop a train. Really hard. Train, the most reliable for a reason. On the train test range, you learn what makes our heating and cooling systems so reliable. If there's a breaking point, we'll find it. It's hard to stop a train. Really hard. Train, the most reliable for a reason.
Introducing Papa Track from Papa John's. Now you'll never lose track of your order. From dough to delivery. And share one of our Pizza Cajun gifts to get 25% off. New Papa Track from Papa John's.
All right, so 1:17 to go before the end of the half. Brian, thoughts as we're trailing 49-6?
I have no thoughts. I don't know, like, you kind of get a feeling from the team that they're just kind of like, hey, we got our tools handed back to us. We just need to just let this one go. So
Yeah, but you got to give it up. The Knights the Knights were hanging in there. You know, the Cobras just in that second quarter firing on all cylinders. 22 points scored in just under 3 minutes. You know, absolutely amazing job. Now we're 37 seconds to go before the start of the third quarter. And the Cobras will be receiving. So, you know, thanks everybody. Sabrina, thanks for joining us. Assert, want to thank all of you for joining us, spending your Friday night with us as the Knights of Lake Havasu are facing the Cobras from Cactus.
now I was in the stands before the game started, and they were talking about last week's game, and the Knights did close the gap, even though they did end up losing by 1. But hopefully the Knights can come back in this game and close the gap, and then also have the clock stop instead of playing with that running clock.
Exactly. So right now the Knights are going to be facing the danger of a running clock as well as a team that is firing on all cylinders. So it will be a running clock. Only thing that will stop it will be an injury, and that will be debatable by the officials. They can keep it going on an injury. But the Knights find themselves with a 43 deficit to make up. You know, and you can't say that the Cobras have ran up to score 2 defensive touchdowns, a running game that gets an average of 15 to 20 yards per carry. Well,
Yeah.
about a 60% pass ratio right now. So, you know,
Anthony Flores for the Cobras, I mean, that kid has just been unstoppable. I mean, yeah, we've had Azar make some great stops, but at the end of that, in the second quarter, it was just, she was just giving it off to
exactly,
Flores.
and that's what you saw. I mean, like you said, Azar literally had to throw himself full into him to take him down. You know, and it was the unstoppable force meeting the immobile object. So we're 12 minutes to go, running clock. The Knights looking to close the gap. If they can get it within 42, this clock will stop again. Picked up at the 20, makes it to the 30, breaks free, still on his feet, all the way out to the 45-yard line.
Number 33.
33 on the carry, but he was double stepping all the way back at the 25 when he first got hit and carried himself, moving those feet another 20 yards.
So Cobras, once again, starting off in pretty good field position.
Ref waiting to put the ball down. There's the snap, handoff to Flores. And Flores breaks out to the backfield, gets around the corner, safety trying to drag him down. Finds himself out to the 15 on one carry. So from the 45 to the 15.
And once again, we see Flores just legs turning and burning.
And that was a good answer for those that were joining us at halftime. going, 15 to 20 yards a carry, get real, guys. You just saw an example right there of what happens when he touches that ball. Under pressure, it looks like the ball was fumbled. We're waiting to see. It was whistled dead afterwards.
Cobras.
But they're still giving Cobras possession.
And there's that defense you want to see from the Knights in the second half. Applying that pressure, stopping them in the backfield.
That's one of the first times you've seen the Cobras have pressure put on by the Knights. From the shotgun, 3 wide receivers, hits the screen pass. Let's see if they ruled that trapping.
The intended receiver was number 10, Antonio Pratt.
No, they ruled that a catch. Down by contact with the ground.
It's third down. Make some noise.
In these lower levels of the football, you do go down with a catch. They ruled it down just for protection. You don't get to pop back up. Third down, there's the rumble, there's a handoff. Breaks the tackles, breaks 3 tackles. Inside the 15-yard line, not going to be the first down.
Richie Finders was able to wrap him up and bring him down.
And as you see, the Knights are teeing off. They're hit. It's not that they're trying to be gentle on these tackles. He's just got that much power in his legs. Knights wanting to hold it here. A very strange setup. They look like they're going for the field goal, but we've seen a lot of trick plays so far. There's the kick. And it's up and it's good. And the Cobras move ahead 52 to 6.
But that's a victory for the Knights because they're able to keep it to just 3 points compared to before where they've gotten up to the 6, the 7. So 3 points, we'll take that.
Exactly, keeping them down to 3 points, even though it is now a 46-point deficit that the Knights need to make up. The Cobras held to a field goal, and that's one where you know the coaches are looking at those players going, hey, we've got to take that as a win. But the players, that's a lot to put on their shoulders for them to digest.
And Esteban is right. Flores is going beast mode. So Cobra's getting ready to kick it off again. Kicking it for the Cobras is number 20, Jonas Kurok.
7:42 on the clock, and it's nice when you have radio next door and you hear radio just quote exactly what you said.
Right?
Production, we're all nodding our heads. There's a kick, huge kick. Scoops it out of the air, up to the 20, the 25.
Peloton again with the return.
Return to the 26, but Brian, this is one thing you and I talked about last game. Nice return for the Knights. We haven't had a return like that, but listen to the crowd.
Yep.
We have our mics on, folks, and that shows they're sitting there, but the audience is in stunned silence.
First the Knights on the 25-yard line.
And it's tough being a fan watching high school football and you know your team's down by 46. But still, you got to cheer them on. You need to give them that energy. As Fuller drops back, gives it to Azar.
Azar trying to find an opening, can't get away from number 24.
That's Doodles.
Makes it 2nd and 11 for the Knights.
Doodles was all over him.
I hope some of his classmates are watching this and be like, dude, they were calling you Doodles all night. Because, I mean, that's his nickname, apparently. But
like, that's what Max Prep says. We can't argue with Max Preps.
Yeah.
Well, we could, but it's not as fun.
It's true.
Looking deep, looking fast, hits in stride.
Jace Taylor there with the reception.
Oh, but you saw that play. Jace Taylor, right when he catches the ball, wrapped up and hit. Now, that looks similar to what you saw Flacco doing to some of the Bronco receivers in the last game. Now, you've got to give them a little running time before they get hit. So we're looking at
Third and inches, apparently.
Third and inches, and they might not have gotten it.
Fuller with the keeper.
Oh, there's the white hat signaling first down. He's going to give it to him.
That's good for Lake Havasu, first down.
And we have not heard that enough tonight. So it's about time. 5 minutes and 16 seconds to go in the third quarter.
Drops back, finds Azar.
Azar dodges a tackle. And now there's Azar almost with a wardrobe malfunction there on the tackle.
Number 57, Travis Combs with the tackle for the Cobras.
Having to adjust uniform, but that's what the Knights need to do now. They need to strike fast. Finds the opening, takes it.
Got a
Holding call.
Couple of penalties on the ground there.
Sometimes when a quarterback gets away that well, there's only one reason and one reason only.
This is true. And look at, there's 3 different flags there on the play, so we'll see if all 3 of them are holding. Or
Either 3 different holds or that was a really obvious hold. Holding against the Knights. Face mask against.
So we got offsetting penalties.
That was a huge benefit for the Knights there. So offsetting penalties of the face mask and the holding. The Knights at the 48. Let's see if they can keep this energy up for the first time successfully marching the ball down. Ball tipped as he hit. Incomplete pass.
Needing help. Any families that have students playing sports at LHS, we're asking you to sponsor an athlete with tax credit. You do this all at once with small payments to the athletic office and one paid $400.
That was like the perfect timing for him to start doing that, talking about the tax credits and that kind of stuff to help out athletes.
And Hecker just set the speed limit for how fast to read a PSA. But the Knights unable to find a hole up the middle.
Peloton with the carry.
You can see the emotion starting to fly. Third and
Jacob Flaherty there for the tackle for the Cobras.
3rd and 11. Knights had the Cobras on their heels temporarily. Now it looks like the Cobras have sunk their feet in.
Azar with the little reception there.
Trying to make it to the end, trying to make it past the first down marker. We're going to have to see the official rolling of the spot.
Ryan Griswold was there to help guide Azar out of the field.
Chased out at the 42. Still about 4 yards to go. And got the jump. Offsides, pulled them offsides. Great job by the Knights there.
Offsides on the defense. First down, Knights.
That's exactly how you do that when it's that field position. Get them excited, get them to jump. So the Knights, for the first time of the night, showing momentum on their side. Drops back.
Jesse Casillas on the reception.
Hits Casillas. This is the Knight team we thought was going to show up in the first quarter. But now, of course, like we said, the Knights are battling a rolling clock as well as a very strong Cobras defense and offense. Out to Azar. Azar pushed out at about the 6.
Jacob Flaherty there with the, I don't know what you would call it. He kind of pushed him out of bounds.
The assist out of bounds.
Yeah,
he escorted him out of bounds.
There you go.
It's a 2nd and 1 for Lake Havasu.
Kind of like at the Oscars when you just kind of walk him down the red carpet, took
Right.
him out the white path.
That makes sense.
Out to Azar again. Azar, same play. Wrapped up, kept in bounds at the
Antonio Pratt able to bring Azar down there.
First down. It's first and goal on the 7-yard line.
The Knights, just on sheer determination, need to punch it in right here. Pendleton gets the handoff, and Pendleton gets wrapped up by a pit of cobras. Even though it's usually a pit of vipers, I'm making a pit of cobras.
It works.
Yeah.
They're snakes.
He's stopped by a pit of cobras.
There you
Ah,
go.
see, even the heckler took my pit of cobras.
It's the
And
end of
that's the end of the third quarter, right before the snap.
The score, Cactus 52, Lake Havasu 6.
So the score 52-6. We'll be back for fourth quarter action. We're Havasu Online TV. Thank you for joining us.
Introducing Papa Track from Papa John's. Now you'll never lose track of your order. From dough to delivery. And share one of our Pizza Cajun gifts to get 25% off. New Papa Track from Papa John's.
On the train test range, you learn what makes our heating and cooling systems so reliable. If there's a breaking point, we'll find it. It's hard to stop a train. Really hard. Train, the most reliable for a reason.
All right, we're back. Fourth quarter action. Need to put 12 minutes on the clock, not quite 20. Again, that error brought to you by our new intern. Initials, Sean. But he corrected it right away. We're going to give him some flack.
Well, now he's like 11:59. It should be 12.
I know, yeah, it could be.
I mean,
You know, but it's his first day on the job. We gotta be.
That's true.
Remember when Leighton was first day on the job? Remember that camera work? That was track,
That's right.
and he was yelling about it.
It was.
I'm only razzing him because he razzed me about my getting to first place, and when I was trying to say first base on my announcing for baseball.
Kids these days.
I tell you, no respect to their elders.
Mason Colup was there on the sack there of Fuller.
Third and goal for the Knights.
Third and goal for the Knights. 11:33 on the clock. The Knights with 17 yards to cover. 2 downs. Looking for the pass. Trying to find Azar. Does! Azar gives a little pat to the...
Good for Lake Havasu. Touchdown.
There's the phrase we've missed this whole time. So, now it's within 40. Technically, we should have a stopping clock. So the Knights now find it with 11:13 on the clock. And if anything, there's that moral victory of we now control the clock again.
Moral victory, score a touchdown. Hey, it works.
2-point conversion. Running in. Almost got in. Number 22 for the Cobras. Dragged on. Kept a hold of them.
But once again, it is moral victory. Cut it down to 40.
Yeah. So we're going to do a commercial break real quick, and we'll be back. We're Havasu Online TV from Lee Barnes Field. 52-12. Cobras over the Knights.
On the train test range, you learn what makes our heating and cooling systems so reliable. If there's a breaking point, we'll find it. It's hard to stop a train. Really hard.
All right, we're back. Thank you for the correction in chat, Naka, telling us that a group of cobras called a quiver. I did not know that. That is awesome. You got to remember, I just teach math. I don't.
Nice return here by the Cobras.
So the 50-50 raffles here.
So
If
get
you
out
bought
your
your
tickets.
ticket and you're at home, let us know. We'll be glad to get it for you. If you want to make up yours, you can make it up. Esteban saying, boo that man, boo, hey. You got to get some points on the board. It can't be the full Cobra show all the whole night.
Cobra's lining up. Trips to the left.
And finally, the Knights able to zero in.
Number 32, Gabriel Reyes.
Yes, Emily, number 73 is in. We do believe probably the Cobras with this much of a lead, with this much time kicking down, probably do have some second, third stringers, some ones that haven't had such playing time in there.
More laundry on the field.
That was like fireworks.
Being marched off against the Cobras. Or no, against
the Knights.
Against the Knights, my bad.
Knights drew the penalty, and all of a sudden, all those flags flew up.
We have it up here in the press box. If you're missing a gift card, it's up here in the press box.
How much is on it?
What's it to?
15 cents to where? Hey, that can actually buy me a little double of 15 cents. Can give me a little thing of whipped cream at Starbucks.
So if you're missing your Starbucks gift card, we have it up here in the booth.
And if you're in Phoenix and you want to drive here and get it,
Here are the results. Get out of your 50-50 raffle.
Hope you got your tickets ready, folks, as they get ready for the 50-50 raffle.
more than likely the voice will announce this after the snap. Cobra's a little pressure, loops around. Shuttle pass gets it off, over the head.
Number 28, Nate Morris for the Cobras.
Number 28, Nate Morris.
Extended that to an extra 10 yards on that.
50-50. 5411943. 5411943. You're the winner. Come up to the press box. Thank you.
And we'll wait to hear. Again, can't win if you can't play.
True.
Ah, great. I just got my phone lit up. The Arizona Lottery's calling me. Copyright infringement. Darn it. I think they'd be nicer to us.
Right?
I know.
That makes it 2nd and 7 for the Cobras.
2nd and 7. You see the Knights defense. Secondary deep, trying to prevent defense.
Another run here for the Cobras. Gabriel Reyes again with the carry there.
So we're now 3rd and 8. Cobra's offense with some new players in. This is the time you give them the workout. Over the middle. Pulls it down.
Billy Rude.
Number 8, Billy Rude.
Number 8, as you saw there, just got under the defender, pulled it down from 23.
The winning ticket was 5411943. If you don't come up with that, it'll go on to the next ticket.
Cobras now find themselves 1st and 3. So 1st and goal from the 3. Calls his own number, double back, trying to get in. Tried to reach over. Didn't quite do it. They're going to mark that at about the half-yard line.
Bellington there to
It's almost
help Courts get out of bounds. And
Yeah.
then also helped him up. Good sportsmanship.
almost think, though, if he'd started that stretch and leaned a little bit more, he could have caught that cone. Could have caught that going over. So the clock stops, 7:38. 42 is the magic number. Now, did we all of a sudden turn into soccer? Bobble of the ball goes out the back of the end zone. Looks like they might be calling that a touchback.
Winning ticket. 5411176.
Touchback, so the ball's going to the
Touchback,
20.
ball to the 20.
1176.
So as we hear the hecklers say, as they've drawn a second for the 50-50, it's not that you got to buy so you can play to win. You got to stay also, folks. We can't exactly draw your number if you're in your car.
So Knights are taking over.
Looks like we've got a winner. They're going in the other room to give the prize.
They don't trust us.
No. What have we done this week? Deep ball.
Fuller to Taylor.
We're looking. He's in the end zone. No flags anywhere on the field. We're searching for it. Colt Fuller, Jace Taylor. And the Knights are up to 18. Hey, if you're a fan, you're excited about this.
Another moral victory for the Knights.
Exactly. Because with high school football, as we've seen, what we saw when the Cobras went on that 22-point run, it's not impossible to do in less than 3 minutes, and they've got 7 minutes to go.
Fuller drops back.
Not able to do the extra point.
Intended for Azar.
Christine and Dustin chiming in. Go Knights. They've been with us the whole evening. We appreciate you picking to spend your Friday nights with us, cheering on the Knights. .7:23 on the clock.
The score, Cactus 52, Havasu
So as the Knights
18.
come up with the next play, we're going to cut to a quick commercial. We'll be back. It's Havasu Online TV where the Knights have closed the gap 18-52. We'll be back.
On the train test range, you learn what makes our heating and cooling systems so reliable. If there's a breaking point, we'll find it. It's hard to stop a train.
Okay, we're back. Production's looking at me telling me I do cutoffs way too long. We know I get in trouble for that. So the Knights going for a pooch kick out to about the 28. And it looks like the Cobras are going to return it the other direction. No flags on the field the other way.
Touchdown Cactus.
And Cactus now moves it up 58 to 18.
Nick Kionis with the return there.
So the Knights hit with the strong 6. Cobras come back with a strong 6. Still no running clock because it's only 40 points. Got to be 42, the magic number. So the Knights still controlling some of the clock.
So if you know that 42 is the magic number and you're the Cobras here, do you go for 2 to bump it up to 42?
I personally would do that. The Cobras, we've seen a multitude of different ways to get the 2-point conversion. If you've got a team out there of special teams that hasn't practiced a little bit, get them out there. Looks like they're going to kick only the 41, but that doesn't mean we won't see the run like we saw before. Solid kick. Great depth.
The score, Cactus 59, Havasu 18.
Cactus 59, Havasu 18. So we're going to go back to our sponsors. We'll be back. Havasu Online TV live from Lee Barnes Field. We'll be back.
Introducing Papa Track from Papa John's. Now you'll never lose track of your order. From dough to delivery. And share one of our Pizza Cajun gifts to get 25% off. New Papa Track from Papa John's.
On the train test range, you learn what makes our heating and cooling systems so reliable. If there's a breaking point, we'll find it. It's hard to stop a train. Really hard. Train, the most reliable for a reason.
All right, we're back. 59 to 18. Yeah, you're seeing that. That's a high school game football score. 59-18. Cactus Cobras over the Lake Havasu Knights in Lee Barnes Field in Havasu. Cobras scored their last touchdown on the kick return. Knights return the kick out to about the 26-yard line.
Peloton again with the return there for the Knights.
Pendleton has got a lot of practice on kick returns tonight.
Yeah, he's probably sitting there going, man, I wish I could return that one like Cobras did for a touchdown.
That was a great return by the Cobras team there, no doubt about it. Was looking to get that opening, only a gain of about 15 on the return.
But the Knights were able to stop them, hold them to 41 points instead of 42, so the clock is not running.
Clock is not running. Knights keeping to their traditional offense. 4 wide receivers and a back.
Pass intended for number 8.
Pass intended for Brendan Szymanski is incomplete.
Brendan Szymanski.
You know, I got to say, though, kind of good thing Szymanski didn't catch that is he would have been wide open with those ribs.
Yeah, that would have been a
That
big
would have
hit.
been a stinger on that hit.
Fuller getting the play in from the sideline.
Right in the money there.
Pass to Taylor. Brought down by number 31, Trey Turner. Now, that's Trey Turner, the defensive back, not Trey Turner, the shortstop for the Nationals. Just
Yeah,
want to make sure we got that
big
straight.
difference.
Big.
Both amazing athletes, but yeah, a little difference there.
Azar with the reception.
Azar with the reception, but did you see the way he leaned into that? He knew he was losing his balance and still leaned forward, trying to get as much yardage as he can. And when you're down 59 to 18, sometimes those little inches can add up.
Now, the Cobras have to be kind of careful here because you don't want to fall asleep on the Knights offense. You know, you want to, as Fuller completes a pass to Taylor, but you don't want to be relaxed with a 41-point lead.
Exactly. Even though it's a 41-point lead, we have seen amazing things happen in high school football.
And 4 for the third and 4 for the Knights.
Third down. Fuller again to Azar.
Right now doing that hit and run, stopping the clock, controlling the clock, hitting the pass to the sidelines. Your wide receivers then try to get as many of the yards as they can and cut back out.
It's going to bring up 4th down for the Knights.
It's the 4th and 1 for Lake Havasu.
4th down, 4th quarter. Great view of that ball. You can read the letters on it right at the 50. Great camera work by Layton. Hits it. Got the first down.
Fuller to Taylor again.
Fuller to Jace Taylor's complete.
But
That's good for Lake Havasu. First down.
And Trey Turner there for the Cobras.
But again, as you saw, the Knights possibly should have turned to this method a little bit earlier. Short passes off to the sides, control the clock. Knights showing some good offense still alive here. But don't count that Cobra secondary out.
Fuller's pass.
Complete to number 1.
Complete to Azar. Now, by doing this, by having these short passes, you're going to have the defense play a little bit closer. So, as you saw there when the camera's coming out, Taylor was walking back from a deep route. So that's going to open up that route at some point as Peloton gets a carry here and bounces out to the left side.
Breaks one tackle, straight arms another.
Cody Peloton on the carry.
Assisted out of bounds there by number 44 for the Cobras, Benji Moore.
And got to tell you, that was second and third effort on Pendleton there. Not giving it up.
Second and 3 for the Knights.
And second down for the Knights in Cobra territory.
Looking for the wide receivers. Scrambles a little bit, pitches outside. Got the pass.
To number 2, Jesse Casillas.
Pass is complete to number 2, Jessica Casillas.
Doesn't get the first down, though. Oh.
Oh, it is the first down.
Yes, it is.
Havasu, first down.
Oh, you should see the look I got for Heckler for saying that that wasn't a first down at first. There's fighting words. The Knights marching it down. This is the march we've been looking for. But 5 minutes to go. Goes deep, trying to find the corner. And he does.
Jace Taylor. This is what the Knights need to be doing. They need to be taking advantage of Jace Taylor's height back there in the corner.
And I like as I'm nodding to you, like they can really see that online. Yes, totally. Throw that deep, let him leap up, use that height advantage.
Yeah. I mean, it's you just got to give him that lob.
So now we have 59 for the Cobras, 24 for the Knights. 4 minutes 55 to go. Goes for the 2-point conversion.
Good to Jesse Casillas.
Hits Casillas right in the number.
The score, Cactus 59, Lake Havasu 26.
Knights 26, Cobras 59. This is Havasu Online TV. We'll be back for more fourth quarter action. Thanks for joining us.
On the train test range, you learn what makes our heating and cooling systems so reliable. If there's a breaking point, we'll find it. It's hard to stop a train.
All right, we're back. Time for the kickoff. Shout out to everyone like Michael Babbitt, fellow class of 90 right there. Keep it up, Knights. Close up that gap. We're hoping they can do it. Mike, open invitation since you were my first real conversation when I got on this campus back in '87. Join me in the booth one night. Love to have you up here.
Onside kick there for the Knights. Knights saying they got it.
Cactus saying they have it. We're looking out. Line judge officially giving it to Cactus. Esteban for the Cobras saying a little bit too late. Hey, it's been a good game. You've got to admit that. Great job by your Cobras. Great job, Knights, not giving it up. Christine and Dustin still sticking in with this.
Recovered by Cactus. First and 10 on the 49-yard line.
4 minutes, 51 seconds to go. Ball on the 49-yard line. I'm sensing a turnover.
That's what the Knights are hoping for.
I'm calling it. I'm calling an interception here. First 3 plays.
Courts keeps it himself.
Court's brought down at the 46-yard line. Hard to call my interception if they won't throw the ball for me.
This is true. But maybe they'll fumble.
Makes it 2nd and 5 for the Cobras.
We need this Knights home field to really start to churn it up. There's 4:26 to go. Yes, the Knights are down by quite a bit, but they are keeping it in. These plays have been great as far as the spirit morale for the Knights. Not giving it up. You almost see the Cobras now running the clock, using clock management. Knights aren't going to move. There's the snap. Handoff to number 6.
Flores with the carry again for the Cobras. And like we said before, I mean, with that kid, he's having a game, so you might as well just keep giving him the ball.
Exactly. Taken down by 52. They're down. Here comes the rumble. They're storming the castle. Knights looking to take it over here.
Flores again with that carry.
Flores with a carry, but did you see number 72 come running in from the back?
Dane Burnett there for the Knights.
Dane Burnett chasing him down from the backside after he ran past him. 3:15 on the clock. Cactus now using clock management to their advantage. It's not a running clock, but they're going to keep the ball in the center of the field.
Not a running clock, but if they keep running it, it's going to be running. So.
Yep.
That was number 32, Gabriel Reyes, with the carry for the Cobras.
36-point advantage by the Cobras. 2 minutes, 45 seconds. But you know what's nice about Havasu Online TV? We don't call it until that buzzer rings.
It's true.
There's the tackle. 54 on the tackle.
It's Nicholas.
It's great when
Sione. It's
great when both guys that do the players just both freeze up. I love watching that. This is why I like my job of calling numbers.
Reyes with the carry again.
So now just under 2 minutes. Reyes with the carry. We promise you we will stay with the game until the completion. We're not going to Heidi Bowl you. And for anyone that doesn't know what that is, go ahead and go to YouTube after this and type in Heidi Bowl. Vicky telling them to get the ball. Esteban shouting fundamentals. Exactly. That's what we like to see out here. Great time to execute and practice those fundamentals. Nothing like on the field play in action for it.
Cobras using the clock to their advantage.
Well, the official has come over. Clock's still running.
Took a knee.
So the 112 to go. Assuming victory formation. Setting it down with 106. I've never quite seen the officials handle it this way. That was pepperoni and cheese from Papa John's. Takes the kneel again. So with 38 seconds to go, that's going to run out the play clock. As the Knights and the Cobras face off here at Lee Barnes Field, the fourth quarter coming to a wrap-up here. Knights trailed 26-59 on the Cobras.
Cactus 59, Lake Havasu 26.
And just like we were saying in the beginning of the broadcast, when the Knights outscore their opponents, they're undefeated.
Yes.
And just like, and this proves that you don't outscore your opponents, you're not going to win.
Exactly, and I tell you, you look at that second quarter, the first second quarter, the Cobras even outscored the Knights during that. Great job by the Cactus Cobras. We hope they travel home safe. We look forward to broadcasting them again. So, the heckler getting fired up. Your last comments on the game?
You know, at halftime the score was 40. It was a lot to a little.
43-6.
43-6. So giving up 59 points in the game after that and then scoring, another 20 points. It's a moral victory for the Knights. They stuck in there, were able to cut the lead down. Wasn't able to get the victory, but still, there's things to build upon.
Yep. Really good job there by really good job there by the Knights at the end. So we're going to call it a wrap here as officially time's run out. So the Knights end up pulling the victory, or not pulling the victory, Cobras pull the victory, 59-26. This is Drake on behalf of Layton, Sean, Brian, Julia, and our missing Mariana, who never brought the food back I sent her for. And Sidell, this is Havasu Online TV. We'll be back. Have a great night. We'll catch you in a few weeks for senior night at the Kingdom.